perhaps by descent from a common primitive ancestor, and that as a rule of thumb, the more similar the phenotypes of two species are, the less remote is the nearest ancestor that they have in common. However, although we take it that GS and NS are independent, we do not suppose that they are unconnected. Think of the GS as a tree, or perhaps a bush, that is composed of nodes and parts. Each node represents a species, and each species is an ancestor of whatever nodes trace back to it. The questions now arise: how did the taxonomy of species get to be the way that it is? What determines which nodes there are and which paths there are between them? In particular, by what process does an ancestor species differentiate into its descendants? There are the questions that Darwin's adaptationism purports to answer. The answer it proposes is that if in the genealogical tree node A traces back to node B, then species B arose from species A by a process of natural selection, NS, and the path between the nodes corresponds to the operation of that process. We will argue that it is pretty clear that this answer is not right. Whatever NS is, it cannot be the mechanism that generates the historical taxonomy of species.